Hey guys, Magnus here, bringing you another review for another update of The Simpsons Stepped Out. Now, this one is a brand new one probably no one really was expecting. However, I was expecting it from the description they did and what recently happened with my channel. Now, I don't know why, but they did give a description where they said there's some like military blunders or something like that in the description for the update. Now, of course, they've given us what essentially is the Rommelwood Academy update. Now, but this is actually this is going to be a tie-in with just like Destination Springfield was with Valentine's Day and the Super Bowl. This is also going to be giving us St. Patrick's Day somewhere down the line, and also the Hellfish content update, which is the flying hellfish. I don't know what that is going to entail. I don't know what that's going to be. I'm not too sure if that's going to be like a big update. I'm thinking possibly they might just update the whole thing after St. Patrick's Day. That could be a potential. I don't know what this Hellfish thing is going to be, but it does say Rommelwood Academy, St. Patrick's Day, and Hellfish. It's all sort of tied into one, just like Destination Springfield. Now, I don't know what Hellfish is going to be, so that's why one of my criticisms of this update is like sort of a meh criticism, because I'm not too sure if they're going to release something later on, which they may very well do, and I do hope they do. Now, so of course, I mean, this isn't. Straight off the bat, I don't think it's a terrible update. I don't think it's that amazing though as well. I don't like when they do it. And of course, first of all, I just want to go for a few things. First of all, they released the tourists. So I'm just going to quickly show you the tourists real quick. So here's one, here's another, here's the others. I'm just going to try and cycle through these. Now, what's really weird about the tourists is first of all, you can make them sort of change their appearance, which is kind of cool. The other thing is they have tasks. I really don't get this. I really don't understand why the tourists have tasks. It's so weird. I feel like they are just throwing tasks on really pointless characters now, characters who shouldn't have tasks. I don't really like the tourists having tasks personally. I think it might have been cool if you tap them and they change their appearance, but to me it seems really random that they have tasks and just unnecessary. They could just be non-playable in my opinion, and then when you tap them they change into a Brazilian, or they change into whatever. It's to me it just seems weird. I mean, they threw them in here. Of course there was some issues in the takedown event, which is why they didn't add them. If any of you guys knew, but I knew they were eventually going to add them, and here we are. So moving on the update, the first sort of guess, though, I'm just going to talk about candidate Lisa, which is now a costume. I don't really like this costume all so much. I think it's kind of cool. There are some few animations, really cool animations with this costume. The costume itself, though, is quite bland and boring, and one I'm not a particular big fan of. I think overall the costume, I mean, it wasn't necessary, probably not. It felt like they were just trying to throw prizes into this sort of track, so they came up with the costume. I mean, the costume's not so bad, I guess, but it's not the worst costume that Lisa has, but I'm just trying to say it's not like a very amazing costume. I thought they were ending costumes personally. That's what I thought the direction they were going with. But they didn't. Another weird thing is they sort of linked in the whole Vietnam thing with Skinner, yet they didn't give him a young sort of Skinner look, a Vietnam Skinner, which I think would have been a far more sort of interesting costume than the candidate Lisa costume. So it's a bit weird that they didn't give Skinner a costume. Of course, they added one new character, well, apart from the tourists, and that's Leopold. Now, Leopold is like the sort of, I don't know what exactly, but he's part of the administration team. He's quite high up. I don't know if I think he's higher than Skinner, I'm not so sure. But he's essentially a school official. He's quite an old character. He's been around for ages, and it was one on my list of completing characters. So I have to delete him now because they've already added him. But yeah, he was probably the one of the biggest school members they haven't yet. Yeah, probably the biggest they haven't added yet in terms of the school workers. So it's kind of cool that we have him. He obviously is like this kind of military guy. We get that sort of aspect, and we know a bit of his background. So it makes kind of sense to throw him in there. And he comes with the Enriched Learning Center for Gifted Children. I don't know if he's ever worked there. I'm not so sure. Maybe he has, and I've just missed it. But I never saw that when I was doing it. I was doing my research like ages ago. Okay, so yeah, the tourist, that Leopold. So we'll just have a look at of course. Oh, sorry. We have this typical sort of mini event kind of structure where we have building, decorate. We just have you have to send them to collect class coins, which basically allows you to then unlock these different prizes. Of course, they did the final prize, which I think is very disappointing, is an animation, and I think the animation is really cool. It's probably one of the coolest animations we've got in the game, but it's a pretty crappy final prize if you ask me. I think a character should always be the final prize, or some sort of significant building. I don't think, especially an animation, should never ever be the final prize. That seems a bit of a joke, because in some cases I just can't be arsed. We also get this here. These are all the buildings and decorations and stuff. So, of course, here's the building, the Enriched Learning Centre for Gifted Children. That is the building that Leopold comes with. And, of course, in front of that is the Death to Homer bomb, which is kind of cool. We have a few tanks there. The tanks are kind of cool. I like them. We have a training jet or something like that. Hangar 18, which is a building. It's kind of cool. We have the barracks, like these like little houses that the candidates stay in. We've got the statue for Rommelwood, yeah, and we've of course got Rommelwood itself. We've got this little kind of thing with a snake pit with a ladder. I think this is kind of cool, and that's what I mean. Look at the animation Lisa doing. I think it is kind of cool, and of course you get one of those free dummy things, which has been in the game for ages. Also, there's a sign just there to the left that says "Keep out or enter." I'm a sign, not a cop. I think that's pretty funny, but the one problem I have with all the decorations, I think there isn't one that's cash. They are all donuts, apart from like the ones that were returning, or the ones that were already in the game in the first place. And they're there all the time. That's a pretty poor excuse for a thing. And of course, here's the final thing you get right at the end. Congratulations, you've completed Rommelwood Academy. And of course, it is just based off the episode that it comes from. I forget the episode name, but is it just called Rommelwood Academy? I don't know. But it basically is based on that episode, which I think is kind of cool. I mean, I guess I don't mind it when they do like sort of old episode tie-ins essentially. But I'm really interested in what they are doing with this Hellfish thing and what they're doing with the St. Patrick's Day thing, because I think that is important. Now, one criticism I have with this, and I had immediately, is they could have made this so much bigger. They could have done a whole full-fledged event about this. They could have had Fort Springfield, for example, is the main building. There's so many like sort of dead relatives of like like Wiggum's father, Barney's father, Skinner's father. They're all like these kind of military legends of Springfield, and they're all kind of like a part of the Flying Hellfish. Now I don't know Flying Hellfish, the Hellfish Squadron anyway, and of course Grandpa was as well. Now I am waiting to see what this Hellfish thing is. If this Hellfish is what I think it is, then possibly this is going to sort of revive this event. Because so far I'm kind of like, nah, it's okay. Now, one thing I do have a criticism, and this has nothing to do with the thing, is the whole thing that happened on my channel ages ago when I just want to quickly mention this, just part of the video. When I basically had 3 videos removed. One of those videos was a military themed event, and I was joking to myself, thinking maybe they removed them because they copied my event. Now I'm not claiming that EA have copied my event, but I think it's a bit weird. Out of the 3 videos I got striked, one of them was a military idea, and now suddenly a month down the line, 1 month exactly, we have a military themed event, from what it seems. I don't know. I'm not accusing them of that, but I'm just saying it just seems odd. It really seems odd. And when that basketball thing, the 2012 for 30, I was thinking they were doing a tap ball part 2. Then I was like, no, because the other video that got removed was my tap ball part 2 idea. The third one was the restaurant food idea. So if they do a restaurant or food idea, whenever a fact EA are targeting me, taking my damn ideas. No, I'm not saying they are, but I'm just saying it's a bit suspicious in my opinion. But whatever, that's not really a part of the review. I just wanted to quickly mention that. Yeah, so I'm interested in what they're going to be doing for St. Patrick's Day 2017 and what they're going to be doing for Hellfish. They're sort of tying it in. I guess this is going to be like a new formula probably, where they just sort of do 3 events in like kind of one. I'm going to separate them though. I'm going to separate them, review them separate, because although they claim that they're one, they're really not. Or at least I think it's just the wiki that claims they're one. I don't even know if it's EA claiming they're one, but I'm going to claim them differently. I know the wiki claims them as one, and the wiki is probably the best source for content and stuff. But so far, I think this was a very mediocre. It wasn't so bad. It wasn't so amazing. Like, the candidate least costume, I think, was very crappy. I don't like it very much. But no, overall, thanks for watching. Please comment, subscribe. Yeah, just, I guess, I'm just having, yeah. Just tell me your thoughts on whether you think what you think the Hellfish is going to be. Don't look unless you've already seen the wiki. Obviously, the wiki hasn't updated yet, so I can't tell you what that's going to be. I might do a video on it later on, just talking about what it's going to be and if it's cool or not, and what we're going to be getting. I think that might be interesting because I just want to talk about the whole military theme, because the military themed idea is something I've had an idea on for ages, and I've really wanted them to do. And if they are doing this, like a full-fledged one with this Hellfish thing, or maybe this Hellfish thing is just going to be something small. I have no clue, but I'll see for you guys, and we'll see together. So thanks for watching. Please comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I'll see you next video. Goodbye.